Episode 417 features none other than Barry Horowitz. He has a lot to talk about. We're also going to talk about just WrestleMania. Where are we at with this craziness going on? Even pre-tape matches. What is going on in this world? We got a lot to talk about tonight. Here we go. Let's go. What a lot of chaos going on in the pro wrestling world. But one thing is for sure, we're going to have some fun on the Pancakes and Powerslam show. So let's go!
Yeah. You already know what time it is. It's that official time. Where we take this worldwide. Let's go. Listen. So now it's time to turn it up. Surf the radio waves as we begin to burn it up. We all up in your area like landscape. Definitely bringing you the pancakes. It's a mandate that you tune in. It's time to move out so we can move in and recognize that this is no illusion. I'm here to clear the air so that there is no confusion. It all started off in the book of Genesis when Jacob was wrestling with who he thought was his nemesis. And when the man saw he couldn't overpower him, he touched his hip but he really couldn't devour him. And from that point, then we hear a name change, rearrange the game, so now we gotta change lanes. So I'm here to let you know it's time to listen to the Pancake and Powerslam show. Let's go! Turn it up, it's the Pancake and Powerslam. Turn it up, it's the Pancake and Powerslam. Turn it up, it's the Pancake and Powerslam show. Turn it up, it's the Pancake and Powerslam. Turn it up, it's the Pancake and Powerslam. Turn it up, it's the Pancake and Powerslam show. Turn it up.
Hey, hey, everybody, what's going on? This is Chris Featherstone, Pancakes and Powerslams show. Man, it has been crazy. It has just been crazy. The Facebook Live was not working for my software. There was some glitch. There were some problems going on Facebook, but we are here. I see Lexi is in the building and Marissa is in. Whoa, wait a minute. Lexi and Marissa is in the building at the same time. Wait a minute. Is this all it took for the union to return? Oh man, what is going on here? What is going on? Have we experienced the babyface turn already? It has been a very interesting stream of events. But yeah, this has been a very interesting night. Yeah, they just jacked me up on Facebook. So for one night only, the wrench mob is back, ladies and gentlemen. The wrench mob is back. So I got my shirt somewhere. I probably should grab it one after the interview if I remember. But yeah, the wrench mob is back, and let's have some fun. Just waiting for some people to come through and have some fun with everybody. All right, how is everybody doing tonight? As people are loading in, Brandon, what's up, man? Great to see you again. Lexi in the building, Marissa in the building. Marissa and Lexi is in the same place at once. Marissa says, what? She is surprised as well. What's going on, Brandon? Great to have you back on the show. Yeah, man. I've gotten so many people asking, like, with the YouTube, because I switched over to Facebook Live because the opportunity was a lot bigger in that platform for that. Until I yes. I watched a little over an hour of it so far. So it was right. The first one going into the second one. So I watched the first hour and a little bit on the second hour. So we're going to talk about that. Lexa, you win of course, as expected, you win the still a headline. If you weren't here last week, usually every week, but if you weren't here last week, I've coined it still a headline. So you usually win. There's a few other people who've won over the past few weeks. Still a headline is if you ask Chris question, and it pertains to the headlines that we're going to talk about today throughout the show. You have officially successfully stolen a headline, and of course, as I expected, Lexi wins this week. She has stolen a headline, and we will be talking about that tonight. All right, so we got a lot to talk about, y'all. And again, I apologize that of all the craziness and the glitches and everything that happened on Facebook Live. So here's the deal. Share this with everybody. For people who are on here right now, share it, push it. Share it on Facebook, share it on YouTube. Let's get the PNP Nation, let's get the wrench mob back in order, back in session for one night only. This is like an ECW reunion show. This is one night only until further notice. Mike, what's up, man? It's great to be seen, Brandon. Mike, great to have you, man, as always. So yeah, again, for those who are just joining, thanks, Lexi, appreciate it. For those who are just joining in, Wrench Mob is back for one night only. There was some crazy glitches going on with Facebook. Wouldn't allow me to go live on Facebook, so I had to go back, and it just took way too much time. So Wrench Mob is back for one night only. This is home for me. This is what I love, man. I love the YouTube platform. Crave Wrestling, Wrench Mob. This is great, man. This is all, man. See, this is why I love the YouTube platform Wild Boy is back in action, man. See, look, Wrench Mob back on the scene, man. Great to see you. Great to have you back on the scene, Wild Boy. Yeah, this is gonna be a fun night. Uh, most of it is going to be there's about 45 minutes of it is going to be the Barry Horowitz interview. I had a really good. I agree, Mike. The Wrench Mob rules, absolutely. So it's most of it's going to be Barry Horowitz, and then we're going to have some fun. We're going to talk about this Marissa. That's also one of the headlines. So the taped in two lines. So you stole in the headline as well. Lexi won. As far as she was the first one to steal a headline, but Marissa, you won as well. Yeah, they were. See, finally we get it. All in the same building, all at once. Marissa, I don't know, man. We might get a baby first turn from Lexi. We'll see. We might. It's been weeks brewing. This has been several weeks brewing. It's right before WrestleMania. This might turn into a baby face turn from Lexi. Lexi, the ultimate baby face, turned heel weeks ago, and the hot tag, was a no-go for Marissa. But Marissa, and throughout the weeks, heel Lexi came in, stopped in, came out, and Marissa was still waiting for that hot tag. It was just a straight heel turn, and now we got them both came on at the same time. So, I don't know. Yeah, Ricky versus Robert 91. I did not like that. I thought that was terrible, man. I thought the Ricky Morton turn on Robert Gibson was devastating because the Rock and Roll Express is one of my favorite tag teams of all time, and I was absolutely devastated when the Ricky Morton turn on Robert Gibson. It was terrible. So yeah, I also am live through Wrestling Rumors YouTube too, so that should be fun. Hopefully, the Wrestling Rumors crowd picks up and joins us. But if not, it's all good. It's going to be on the Wrestling Rumors YouTube page. But we crave wrestling. We are home. Finally. The Stone has come back home. And this is where we are. Now we got a Wild Boy back, man. We got Marissa, Lexi at the same time. We got Michael. We got Mike Ryan in the building. As always. What's up, Kyle? Everybody, welcome Kyle to the PNP Nation. This is going to be funny. Yes. Lots of memories, Wild Boy. Lots of great memories, man. This is great. This is great. So what I'm going to do, I'm super hyped, super pumped that I got Barry Horowitz. It was a really good interview. He shared an interesting backstage story. So I'm going to play the interview. Gabe. What's up, man? What's up, Gabe? Great to have you on the show, as always. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to hurry up and play this. And I don't want to say hurry up because it was a really good interview. I really enjoyed it. But I do want to make sure that we have an ample amount of time all right. To have fun with the PNP Nation. So what I'm going to do, I don't have a cup of water, but I do have bottled water. So got it ready to rock. So I'll bring back the cup for you, Wild Boy. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play this Barry Horowitz interview. I think that you all would enjoy it a lot. He had a lot to share too. An interesting backstage story too of a fight. So it's going to be lots of fun. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and play. Where's the lemonade? You know what's so funny? I have not. I've drank lemonade probably twice in the whole month. Probably twice in probably 5 or 6 weeks. So I'm a water guy, but lemonade was just packing on so many calories. So, and I'm like a health nut again, and so, like eating super. I'm eating very, very healthy. I'm eating very clean. So lots of salads, like daily salads, apple peanut butter, all that stuff. So I am definitely like super health nut again. And of course, I train a lot. I train daily. So yeah, so the lemonade, man, I had to let it go, man. I had to let the lemonade go. So, um, but um, I still enjoy my lemonade uh, every now and then. And but yeah, man, my man, congratulations, my man, congratulations. That is super super cool stuff, man. I was encouraged by you saying that I inspired you. My fitness and my dedicated to fitness inspired you, man. That meant a lot to me. It really did mean a lot to me. And to see these type of results, it's really really awesome, man. So thank you for those kind words. Keep up the good work, Mike, man. That's great stuff. Kyle said, you got scared when you see me on Facebook, the way the world is right now. Well, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate your concern. And you should be concerned because if I'm not here on a Tuesday night, this is next week actually is the 8th year episode. In the midst of all this craziness going on right now, next week is actually the 8th year episode of the Pancakes and Powerslams show. It's actually difficult to be so excited about it, but we will have 2 people on live next week on the Pancakes and Powerslam show, so it will be fun. We're going to have a fantastic, fun 8th year episode. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's have some fun. I'm going to bring on this Barry Horowitz interview, and then after that, we got a lot to talk about. Y'all already asking questions, so I'm super excited. Despite all the craziness, despite all the glitches from Facebook, we are home and this feels good. So we're going to have some fun tonight, y'all. Here we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen. All right. This is Chris Featherstone, Pancakes and Powerslam show. I'm really, really excited about this interview. I am with all interviews, but I'm really excited about this interview. This person is really, really an unsung hero in the state of professional wrestling. He is the he is the master of the back pat, and he's also very very instrumental in making a lot of people look really really good. And I think he's really an unsung hero in the state of professional wrestling. And I bet you, and I'm sure that a lot of you think so as well. He's just as popular as the rest of them, and he just an unsung hero, like I said. Barry Horowitz, how are you tonight, sir?
I'm doing great, Chris. This is an honor to be on Pancakes and Power Slams. I mean, this is the first. I'm looking forward to it. I'm hyped up. I'm geared up.
Awesome, man. That's great. Before we start talking into wrestling, man, you've got some things going on, some projects going on in your life right now. Let the listeners know about it.
Yeah, sure. Well, Mr. Technical said a lot. This is technically speaking, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely.
I like to use my platform. I don't want to get on a soapbox and be a copycat, or I'm just trying to use my platform as far as the coronavirus. It's simple, folks. You just wash your hands and stay away from one another. And in the state of Florida, what we're doing is, instead of touching or anything, we're honking our horn and saying, "Be happy."
Nice.
And that's the best thing you do, because in the reality of this, if easier said than done, things could be much worse.
That's right.
I'm talking to Chris right now on Pancakes and Power Slam. We're having a good time here. Things could be worse. No electricity. We could be buried alive. So I just want to go there and just put my input that I want. I hope everybody does well, survive, get your tests, and do what you're told. Do what the president says, and let's continue life
Amen.
in a good manner.
Absolutely.
And that's all I wanted to touch on that. And as far as myself going, I've just been doing meet and greet and private seminars and teaching amateur and professional wrestling. I'm seeking a coaching position with one of the main brand federations.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? What in the world? All types of craziness going on, y'all. All types of craziness going on. Okay, so that should have like super just worked. I don't know why it turned out to be that way. All right, PNP Nation, we got to get this together, man. We got to get this together. What's up, Cole? What's up, Cole? Okay. I do not know what is going on, y'all. Nothing. It should be. See. I thought I fixed it again, but it looks like because I have a meeting right before here. And it looks like let me try something, y'all. Let me try something, y'all. I think I can make it work. Yeah, I think we can make it work a little bit. This should not be the case. I have like super major software. So yeah, you might hear it louder, like super louder on my end, guys. Unfortunately, my apologies. But at least you would hear him. So I'm going to try to do this as we speak. I went back to my software and it says that everything's all good as far as the volume. It should have picked all of that up. So I do not know why it is doing what it's doing, unfortunately, guys. I appreciate all of your patience. So anyways, I just pay a little bit of it for the sake of time. I'll probably pay a little bit of it. I probably don't play the whole thing. I'll probably just pay like 20 minutes of it or so, just so we can get to talking. So I'm waiting for it to do its thing. We're kind of on the fly right now. But I got the PNP Nation on my side, and we are good to go. We're going to have some fun. All right, until that happens, I'm open for some Ask Chris questions. So you know how it is, PNP Nation. Hashtag Ask Chris, and bring it on. Bring it on. Do not make it WrestleMania related because we're going to talk about that, and don't make it Dark Side related because we're going to talk about that too. So anything other than that, hashtag Ask Chris. Go ahead and go. Hey, shout out to Kyle who just subbed to the Crave Wrestling channel. Shout out to Kyle doing that. All right, hashtag Ask Chris. Hashtag Ask Chris. What do y'all have for me on today? What do y'all have for me? Cool, man. Where you at? Where you working at, man? That's causing you to go in and go out, Cole, because you've been missing some weeks and you've been missed, my friend. I mean, we've talked offline throughout the day, but yeah, man, your work is kicking your butt. But I'm definitely super happy you joined us today. Wild Boy's asking, how's the fam? Fam's good. Fam is quarantined except for me, working mental health. So we're considered an essential. So with that being said, I am not working at home. So I am working in my office outside of home doing mental health stuff. I'm a mental health specialist. So, but I am doing some sessions. I'm doing some things over the phone as of today in my office. So I'm working outside of the outside of the home, but still via telephone. So it all works out. It's cool. Like today was cool. It was safe. I mean, I had clients, but none of them were in person. So it all worked out. It was cool. Cool. So yeah, other than that, because I tell you what, according to the president, we're going to most likely open back up in a couple of weeks. Okay, we're most likely going to do it in weeks. We're not going to do it in months. We're going to do it in weeks because we're not supposed to be closed like this. Okay, we're not supposed to be closed like this. We're supposed to be open because we're supposed to have deals, big deals. We're supposed to do business, lots of business, and we're not supposed to be closed like this. So we're going to be open in a couple of weeks. Okay, so yeah. with that being said, the film is good. You're at school for Houston. Okay, cool. Oh man, you lost your job. Oh, that sucks. Wow, boy. Stuff like that really just hurts my soul, man. Goodness. I was having a conversation with someone, and they were like, I mean, they didn't do it like maliciously, but they were talking about like, small business can have insurance and there's loans and stuff like that. I'm just like, man, look, that doesn't matter. Like the point of the matter is that the point of the matter is that there are people losing jobs, like legit losing jobs. So. All right, so I think I can change the volume. See, the thing is, it might be super loud on my end, guys. My apologies already. So we'll see. Okay, we'll see. It may be really loud on my end. Okay, it might be really loud on my end. But you should be able to hear Barry Horowitz, okay? So we will do that. I'll try to do that. All right, so let's answer some more Ask Chris questions. And again, this is going to be sectioned off. I'll probably only play like 15 minutes. This is a really good interview too. Oh man, I'm mad that it happened this way, but we're live, pal. It happens. I thought I changed the settings. I thought I clearly changed the settings for this. And it just every other time it worked perfectly. It worked great with my other software, but I don't know why I was having trouble hearing his end. That just made absolutely no sense to me. It should work just fine. I don't know, but we shall make it work. All right, so let's see. Lexi with the great questions as always. WWE suffered a 37% drop in ratings over a week, and blogs state that is due to the virus. Do you believe that the industry will continue to suffer all? Oh yeah, absolutely. See, here's the thing with WWE. This is one thing that I wasn't a big fan of. I'm not an AEW apologist by any stretch, but AEW blew WWE out the water in programming this week, just simply because of what I said before. Because AEW, this is what I said on my show before. You know this. The wrestlers should be spectators. It would change the dynamic drastically if the wrestlers were out in the stands, and AEW did that. I mean, they had MJF. They had Sean Spears, Tully Blanchard, so it worked. It created a whole different dynamic, even if there was a handful of people in one section of, the whole place, the whole venue. So it made a big difference. Then you had, Eden Styles, aka Brandy Rhodes, coming back and doing the announcement. They really made it work. The promo in the beginning was very passionate and poignant. It was good, man. I liked AEW programming this week. Last week, it was good. I got to give them major kudos, and it blew WWE at the water. To be honest, so it happens, and they did a much better job. I'm really shocked, to be honest with you. I'm really shocked that they decided to still not do it. That was weird. That was weird to me. So, all right. So I'm trying to do some quick converting to do that. And I think, to be honest with you, I think as long as they continue to do it that way, WWE, as long as they continue to do it that way, it's going to be a pain to watch. Raw was an absolute pain to watch. I mean, it was painful. And I was just like, what in the world is going on here? Okay, so I'm playing okay, so there was some improvement there, so I think we may make it work. Again, it probably is going to be super loud on my end, guys. Again, I apologize, but at least you would probably most likely hear Barry. You should be able to hear him fine. At least, I mean, there'll be some problems, but should be well. It's saying that it'll be ready in about 4 minutes. So, all right. So until then, it's perfect time to Ask Chris questions. All right. So yeah, Marissa, to hear about Dana Brooke being pulled from the women's championship match. Yeah, her and Rey Mysterio, both being quarantined. So, ouch. Ouch. So it's crazy. It's just so crazy. This is just a crazy time, man. And thankfully, I mean, the silver lining, if there is one, not for Dana Brooke though, because I mean, this would have been huge for Dana Brooke. Like, this is, to be honest, it's weird because Dana Brooke gets a title shot, and her win-loss record has been super lackluster, but somehow she gets a title shot on WrestleMania. I seriously doubt that if WrestleMania was among spectators, that would have happened. I don't think that was an original plan, because people like Dana. I mean, again, Dana Brooke's a fellow Ohioan, so it's like I got a soft spot for Dana Brooke because she's from Ohio. She's a fellow Ohioan, so I got a soft spot for her. It's just that there's just a lot of improvement that needs to be made. She doesn't really have a character. Like, Dana Brooke doesn't have a character. She's a fitness girl. Like, she does she does, what is that called? An aerial. She does an aerial when she comes out and flexes, and her music just is off with her. It doesn't really help her at all, and they just book her so poorly. She's typically the fall gal. Every time there's a multi-person match, she's the fall girl, the fall gal, and they just book her so poorly. And so to put her from a very unimpressive resume to a title shot at WrestleMania, it's hard for me to believe that they actually had that plan the way they book her. Now, ideally, if it was up to me, again, as a fellow Ohioan, I'm hoping that they would actually, do a better job with pushing her. But something that just she just needs a character overhaul. She just really does. She just needs a whole change of character. There was a time in NXT, I think it was time when she was with Nia Jax. That helped. I'm cool with her being a babyface. I'm totally cool with her being a babyface. It's just that, like, her and Lacey are just like bland characters right now. And so they need a big overhaul with her. With her and Lacey both being in the title shot, both being in a title match, it was just weird. Kyle's asking thoughts on a manager for Shannon. Talked to Tom about this the other day. He said that Heyman and I said Stephanie if she fights Ronda. I don't see Ronda being a babyface. She might get that babyface pop when she comes back, and I don't know if she will. I don't know if they'll make her babyface though. I don't know. She was like a super heel, and the fans did that. I was a Ronda Rousey fan, but the fans just turned on her like nothing. Sadly, too, they just super turned on her. But she did a really good job being a heel. It's one of those things, man. It's weird. It's a weird deal. I mean, Ronda did a fantastic job. I mean, remember, go back to all the Pancakes and Powerslams shows when I was pulling for Ronda Rousey, and you know, but despite all the crazy fandom, so yeah, I do think that Shayna Baszler needs a manager though. I've said that before. So, all right. Having an empty arena really hurts crowning moments like Drew McIntyre. Okay, so I'm going to try to play this again. Okay, guys. I'm going to try to play it again. And I'm going to play probably about 15 minutes of it and save the rest of it. It was really good, so I'm going to try to save the rest of it. So I'm going to try it again. All right. So let's see how it turns out. Let's see. All right. Barry's going to be, I could disagree. Side of W, that's true. Mm-hmm. A little better. Okay, guys. I'm going to keep trying. All right. I'm going to keep trying. Let's see. I'm going to keep trying, guys. I'm just going to play a little bit. You know how I am with the weeklies. I'm just going to have to turn it super, super high. But, of course, I am enjoying the Ask Chris questions, as always. And so we will make this work. PNP Nation, we will make this work. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the volume all the way up. And all right, so give it a few more minutes. All right. What's next? Who's next, guys? Who's next? Cole, what do you think about the angle change for the live Raw this week that apparently Vince took away from the AEW Fanless show? Do you really think WWE is airing the SmackDown and Raw episodes live? No, they're supposed to tape them. They're taping WrestleMania this week too. So yeah, it's going to be taped. Everything from now is going to be taped until the week after Mania, I believe. So lots of craziness going on, man. It really is. Again, we'll get into the thoughts on the live. I mean, on the taped WrestleMania, but yeah, that's what they're going to do from now until, I mean, like we're legit going to have a taped Mania, guys. We're going to have a taped WrestleMania. Isn't that crazy? That's just an empty arena taped WrestleMania. Wowzers. Yeah, and Angle Chains was an AEW deal. and I even said this before my show. I said it on the show last week. I said, you got to cater to that hard camera. Like, I have no idea why they were coming out and pretending like there were fans there. Like, you got to play to the hard camera. Like when the Edge interview last week on Raw, awesome, fantastic. Orton's interview was good to close Raw. So you got to play to that hard camera, guys. Like, it's one of those things that we know that people aren't there. So why are you coming out and pretending that people are there and nobody's there. So you gotta, again, that's the reason why I liked AEW, because Kenny Omega broke the fourth wall, so to speak, and he looked in the hard camera and he said, we're going to address you out there watching us. And so that's exactly what they were supposed to do. That's how you do it. You really don't have much of a choice of being in a situation but to say, okay, this is how we're going to address this thing. Basically, the fans are right there in that box, and that's who we're catering to tonight. We can't feed off the energy of the fans in attendance, and so we're going to give you a show. We're going to present a show to the fans watching home, looking at the hard camera, and not insulting our intelligence, guys. Come on now. So it was a weird deal. Vince realized that it's like, okay, well, we can't just pretend that people were here. So thanks, man. Appreciate you, Cole. Absolutely, man. That is good stuff. Very, very, very encouraging stuff. Okay, this is a really good question, Cole. This is a really, really, really good question. Do I think that WWE could pull off SummerSlam as the marquee pay-per-view of the year with what's going on in the world? See, here's the thing. You really don't have much of a choice at this point, do you? I mean, you have to get – it's going to have to be. It really is. It's really going to have to be. And they're really going to have to plug SummerSlam like it's WrestleMania. I imagine they may have a Saudi show in between. I don't think they have a June pay-per-view, so that could be a Saudi show. So, I mean, it's going to have to be the show. And they've got a lot. They've got a lot to catch up on. I mean, they really do. They really have got a lot to catch up on. You've got fans who are like, I mean, again, it's not the WWE's fault, right? It's not WWE's fault, but at the same time, yeah, I mean, it's just it's one of those things that it's going to be tough not to really put it all into SummerSlam. So, all right, so it is back. All right.
Happened in a lot of things figured in WrestleMania.
Okay, I think we can make this work, guys. I think we can make this work. It's a bit of an improvement. All right. So let's see here if we can make this work.
You're going to lose a lot of money.
As far as the decision is concerned, like counting moment for all that he's been through. Yep. My hope. Yeah. Right. My hope is that they do. Yeah. It's still. I'll try it again, y'all. One more way. I have software to make the MP4s louder. But it's not doing how I want it to. But guys, we're gonna make this work, y'all. You know how it is here in the PNP Nation. We're gonna make it work, and that's just the way it's gonna be. So we're gonna make it work. Until then, I'll do Ask Chris questions. The most on the fly. See, this is organic, man. I love it. Social gatherings will be small till September, October. Like I said, we're not going to open in months. We're going to open in weeks, okay? We're not going to open in months. We're going to open in weeks. We're going to have a lot of deals. And we're going to actually open up. We're in a good trend. We're in a good spot. And what we're going to do is we're going to open in weeks, okay? We're not a country that's supposed to be closed. We're not a country that's supposed to be done and shut down. That's not what we were made to do, okay? So I think it's going to be open in weeks, as the Trumpster says. All right, let's see. Let's try to get this going, y'all. The more we get to the ending, the less I'm gonna play. I told you we're gonna have a lot of deals. We're gonna make a lot of deals. We're gonna do some deals. Let's see. Okay, PNP Nation, man, y'all doing a fantastic job staying hyped, y'all. Staying excited because, man, I was not expecting it to just jack up again like that. Let's see. I'm doing two things at once, y'all. Doing two things at once. I'm making it two things at once, everyone. So we're gonna make it work, guys. Absolutely. Make it work. Okay. Boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Tamina. Oh, see? Tamina. Cody. What's up, man? See, PNP Nation is we're back. In the midst of all this craziness, PNP Nation, the OGs, are back tonight. I'm loving it, man. This is great. I'm loving that the OGs are back. All right, so let's see what else we have here. Oh man, it's not allowing. It keeps pushing the video away, man. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of what's going on right now. All right, yeah, I might just have y'all do with anything. I just might have y'all put y'all's headphones on. Yeah, I might just have y'all do y'all's. Just might have y'all put y'all's headphones on. I wish I had an option to turn it like super loud too, but it is on the top of my. Okay, we're gonna make it work, y'all. We're gonna make this work. 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 Okay. Before. All right. So we're going to jack this volume up again, and we're going to try to convert it one more time. And I'm going to convert this one more time, and whatever comes out, I'm just going to play it. All right. He did say he loved the interview. He said after 40 minutes, he was like, whoa, it's been that long. It's been that long. And he had a really super dope analogy. He said something about like two chips. It's like if he feels like he only ate two chips out of a whole bag of chips. So he really enjoyed the interview. So he would be back on, Lord willing. All right, what else we got, guys? Heard anything about the WWE's doing with the Hall of Fame? They're nixing it for the weekend, and there was a release that came out that said they'll make an announcement as far as what it's going to be, where's it going to go. So we'll see. It definitely could be. It definitely could be. It definitely could be like SummerSlam weekend, possibly. I mean, like, look, if you're gonna like pump up SummerSlam. If that's going to be the next big event that is going to actually have people there, and that's in what 5 months, a little less than 5 months. So look, if you're gonna pump it up, and I would have the Hall of Fame at during SummerSlam weekend in Boston. Actually, I might go there. I might go there. And do media in SummerSlam this year instead of WrestleMania in Boston. I've never been in Boston either. So, and I will be a doctor by then, most likely. So I would be strolling into SummerSlam doing media as Dr. Chris. How about that? Or Dr. Featherstone. Dr. Featherstone. So that would be pretty fun. All right, so this is almost ready. And again, if it's probably still going to be low, but I would advise for you all to put some headphones on. So, yeah. So, and yeah, it's almost done, guys. So we are going to do that. This is like a super fun improvised show. It really is, man. This is fun, man. All type of it won't allow me to go on Facebook, and then the glitch happened with my software. This is very fitting for coronavirus, and it is very fitting for the season. This is very fitting. You gotta play, you gotta improvise, you gotta just play it by ear. I mean, play it on the fly. Let's see. It was announced a few hours ago that VKM would be unloading shares of WWE through Stanley Morgan. Do you believe that this is the beginning of his official retirement? Good question. Well, the XFL is going to be out for the foreseeable future until next season. This whole season's gone. So he doesn't have to necessarily worry about that right now. You know, Vince McMahon is almost 75 years old. So I think it's it's at the point now where he's like, like I said, I don't think Vince McMahon will die in the gorilla position. I mean, I think that's pretty evident. He will die in gorilla. So yeah, he'll be 75 this year in August. So he'll die in gorilla. But I think he's at the point now where he's just like, look, I'm 75 almost, and I got to just go ahead and make those decisions to put my money elsewhere, because I'm not, of course I can't leave with it. So I can give it to other people. So, all right, so let's try this. Well, give us a teaser. Okay, it's better, guys. It's still it's still low, but it's a lot better, y'all. All right. It's better. It's better. It's manageable. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and play a little bit of it. I'm gonna play a snippet of it, and I'm gonna keep working on it. All right, so I'm gonna make sure that we make it happen. All right, I'll play this all over again. And everything is shut down. Yeah, exactly. All right. Yeah, too big for one night. AKA, we're going to try to do a tagline on the fact that we're just throwing matches together because we are doing an empty arena and tape it. All right, so here we go, guys. Let's do it. All right. This is Chris Featherstone, Pancakes and Powerslams show. I'm really, really excited about this interview. I am with all interviews, but I'm really excited about this interview. This person is really, really an unsung hero in the state of professional wrestling. He is he is the master of the back pat, and he's also very, very instrumental in making a lot of people look really, really good. And I think he's really an unsung hero in the state of professional wrestling. And I bet you, and I'm sure that a lot of you think so as well. He's just as popular as the rest of them, and he just an unsung hero, like I said. Barry Horowitz, how are you tonight, sir?
I'm doing great, Chris. This is an honor to be on Pancakes and Powerslams. I mean, this is the first. I'm looking forward to it. I'm hyped up. I'm geared up.
Awesome, man. That's great. Before we start talking into wrestling, man, you've got some things going on, some projects going on in your life right now. Let the listeners know about it.
Yeah, sure. Well, Mr. Technical's got a lot. This is technically speaking, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely.
I like to use my platform. I don't want to get on a soapbox and be a copycat, or I'm just trying to use my platform as far as the coronavirus. It's simple, folks. You just wash your hands and stay away from one another. And in the state of Florida, what we're doing is, instead of touching or anything, we're honking our horn and saying, "Be happy."
Nice.
And that's the best thing you do, because in the reality of this, if these are said and done, things could be much worse.
That's right.
I'm talking to Chris right now on Pancakes and Powerslam. We're having a good time here. Things could be worse. No electricity. We could be buried alive. So I just want to go there and just put my input that I want. I hope everybody does well, survive, get your tests, and do what you're told. Do what the president says, and let's continue life
Amen.
in a good manner.
Absolutely.
And that's all I wanted to touch on that. And as far as myself going, I've just been doing meet and greets and private seminars and teaching amateur and professional wrestling. I'm seeking a coaching position with one of the name brand federations.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm hoping that's going to work out for me. That's my forte. I
Yeah.
really like doing that, and basically teaching the way I was taught how to wrestle.
Yeah.
And also, you can find me on Facebook. I'm all over the place. You can go to ProWrestlingTees.com. I got 4 brand new shirts there.
Nice.
I'm also on CelebrityVM.com. Now, folks, I want you to know, this all costs money, it's obvious, but times are tough right now, so don't worry about that. I just want my fans to know I've got these products. Don't go out and bankrupt yourself. Right now, it looks like the shortage is toilet paper, paper towels. Let's worry about our families and food and water. When you got time and this clears, if you want a t-shirt, you want to buy one, or you want to do a celebrity shout-out, your birthday or something, then do that.
Nice.
Publicize it. I'm not trying to pump sales here.
Yeah.
So I just wanted people to know that. And like, again, you can check my Facebook. There's a lot of meet and greets coming up, a bunch of them. Some were canceled, unfortunately. The New England Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame in July was canceled, and I was inducted into that. And I'll be at the gathering in Charlotte. I think that's in August.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's all over the internet, my schedule, and also my Facebook. It'll keep you up to date on everything like that.
Nice.
I just wanted my fans to know all you got to do is you punch in my name and it'll go to everything. Also WWE.com and issues of that nature.
Nice. Awesome stuff, man. That's great. Yeah, absolutely. So, speaking of coronavirus, you live about 20 minutes from Tampa, right?
I live about a half hour from Tampa to the airport, yeah.
Okay.
I'm from St. Petersburg originally. Went to school there, wrestled at FSU. Also I'm a sports nutritionist, certified nutritionist.
Mm-hmm.
And I just got my recertification.
Congratulations.
So I keep that active for personal issues and also to help people that I like to, if you will, escort people or navigate them through nutrition. Not just your average person, nothing against a 9-to-5 bank teller that just does push-ups or that. I try to get into people that are intense because that's my forte.
Yeah.
And people that are intense want somebody like me to train them.
Yep.
Because I'm intense. So hand in hand. You can't go, you're not going to take an intense trainer to tell a guy to jump rope and do push-ups.
Yeah.
It doesn't mix.
Yeah, that's right.
It's Don't go.
Yeah, Barry's gonna make you jump right into the Hindu squats.
That's it. That's what I do. As Malenko said, you do 500 Hindu squats in under 15 minutes, you're in friggin' shape.
There you go. Absolutely.
And I've
Yeah.
seen Ric Flair do that, by the way.
Really? Really?
Oh,
He,
yeah.
yeah.
I've seen Jody Malenko do that. I've seen Carl Gotch do that.
Wow.
So,
Yeah.
and I'm talking every young boy and every Japanese wrestler in all Japan, the Giant Baba's organization,
Hmm.
all of them did that and
Yep.
paid their dues.
Yep, absolutely. Baba was known for doing that in All Japan. Vern Gagne was known for doing that in AWA. Yeah, yep.
Vern Gagne, he's a machine.
Yeah, he had a Flair do it, Steamboat do it, his son Greg do it. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Absolutely. So since you've been so close to the can the big buzz going on as far as WrestleMania being canceled, and no, you're right in there. You're right in the thick of it as far as where the location was supposed to be. What are your thoughts on Vince canceling it? And you work in Vince, you would know just you would have a good gauge on just kind of his mindset in it. What do you think?
Well, number one, I worked for Vince Sr. and Jr.
Mm-hmm.
And at the time, Vince was a multi-millionaire. Now he's a multi-billionaire.
Yep.
I don't know if I agree with this. I mean, you want to satisfy your fans, your true fans. I think sometimes, hey, they did it in the Oscars. It's happened in the Oscars. It's happened in a lot of things bigger than WrestleMania.
That's true.
Super Bowl and whatnot. It's just my opinion. I mean, I don't know. I don't think it's the right move. I think you're going to lose a lot of money. The city of Tampa's losing billions between rental cars, food, souvenirs, WrestleMania. And I was on WrestleCon for 2 days, and that was only 45 minutes from my house. And I'm disappointed too for two reasons, really. I mean, financially, that's what I do for a living, but also my fans that were fans for me from Championship Wrestling from Florida, and also just the WWF and WCW and every other organization I work for. Their fans they're true diehard fans, and I was looking forward to all that.
Yeah.
It's a shame. I mean, between the last month, I've lost that, and I had a big show in Toronto, Canada, got messed up, but that's another story. Anyway, so yeah, I don't know about this idea. I don't know if it's going to pan out. I'm a wrestler. I know a little bit about promoting and booking, but nothing like the real promoters and real bookers. And I mean real promoters and real bookers.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about Weekend Warrior Mark promoters.
Right.
They're
It's a big difference.
in the backyard.
Yeah.
That's why they're there. And
Yeah.
not where I was or other people were. Not that I'm better, but I just present it better and achieve it better with class and professionalism. There's a difference.
Yeah, I agree. And as far as my take on it, just real quick, I think it's a tough thing. I agree with you, man. It really is a fine line as far as the decision is concerned. Like it's one of those things because as a journalist and as a fan, I've said this on my show, I'm not paying Vince McMahon's bills. So, so at the end of the day, I could disagree with the decision, but I'm not supplementing any of his income, to based on, exactly.
This is big. It's huge. They made a big deal out of the Tampa one, more so than some of the others, because I think this is the first time
First time.
would have been sold out. I mean, it's the home of a lot of people besides me and Brian Blair, Steve Kern, and a lot of other people. And are true Floridians, but the main one is Hulk Hogan. I mean, it's a big loss.
It really is because they recently had a WWE Network special about FCW, about Florida Championship Wrestling, and it just really fits into the narrative of Tampa. You know what I mean? Like it really could have done all that. It's really tough. Here's a few things. It's both. I think of it on both sides. One, we're not paying for Vince, and so if he decides to, keep it on a certain day, obviously there's some extensive thought that comes into it as far as, is this going to be a loss, compared to this? It's going to be a loss right now. Right now the estimation, I recently did a piece on it. Right now the estimation for WWE alone, not the city of Tampa, because we're talking about, from people spending money, outsiders, from potentially Tuesday or Wednesday to the following, Monday or Tuesday. So you're almost a full week of just, visitor money just thrown out the window, and then so it's a tough deal. But as a fan, as a fan, I think of it like, man, this really hurts. Having an empty arena really hurts crowning moments like Drew McIntyre. Like, he's worked his butt off. He got let go. He branded himself outside of WWE, which is even tough to do. It's tough to do a lot of times. And then he rebranded himself out of WWE so much that he became an attraction. He became an asset and not a liability, in the WWE. And so Triple H scouted him, and he came back, and this was a whole different animal. And this is a crowning moment for all that he's been through, as far as just, his journey from WWE and back to WWE. And his crowning moment is going to be in an empty arena. It's like, oh man, that's tough for me. Yes, it is tough for me. Yes, it is tough for me. All right, so we will end it right there. All right, so I'm glad that we were able to put the volume up a little bit, just a little bit. It was a lot better than it was. And what y'all think? So, what y'all think, PNP Nation? What y'all think of the conversation so far? I'm putting a time marker, and we'll still keep working on it and see if it brings it up. At least it got up a little bit more, right? So y'all heard it a little bit better than that, than when it was originally. PNP Nation, what do y'all think? Thanks. Cool. Thanks, Cody. Appreciate it. That was only 10 minutes out of 40. It was only 12 minutes and 10 seconds out of 48. So you got 36 minutes. I'll probably play. Thanks, Brandon. Appreciate it. Thanks, Kyle. Appreciate it. Yeah, so I will. Cool, boy. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it, y'all. Good stuff. All right. Well, we got about 25 minutes, y'all. Let's have some fun, man. Like, in the midst of all this craziness going on, I'm just ready to have some fun with the PNP Nation. Alonzo, you say this every week. I'm late to the show, but I'm here now. What did I miss? That's like your thing. That's like you're like the oh gosh, bruh man from Fifth Flow, from Martin. You missed the Barry Horowitz. We missed 12 minutes of the Barry Horowitz interview. It's 1/3 of the 1/4 actually. It's you missed a quarter of the Barry Horowitz interview. You missed on the fly stuff. Us having fun talking about WrestleMania on the fly, and the Barry Horowitz interview. I was making some audio adjustments. It was like you couldn't hear it at all. Something happened again with my software. I have like good software. I don't know why it's messing up. It messed up last week too. But I was able to make some adjustments, and you heard it a little better. So I'm going to play the rest of it. I think I'll play the whole thing by itself. Thanks, Marissa. I appreciate it. I think I'll play the whole thing by itself. You heard him good? Okay, great. So I think I'll play the whole thing by itself on the page. And I'll do timestamps too with the Barry Horowitz interview. So I played 12 minutes here, and I'll play the whole thing on the. I'll upload it on the Crave Wrestling page. All right, cool. All right, so no worries, Alonzo. I'm just messing around with you, my man. Yeah. No crowd WWE shows killing me. I get it and understand it, but no crowd makes shows pointless. Yep, we talked about that too. And out of WrestleMania next week, flavor of the week should be Rock versus Foley empty arena match. Let's do that next week. I like it. Remind me, Mike. Send me a message before the show goes on live. Actually, you know what? Let's do it 2 weeks from now. Let's do it 2 weeks from now because next week is that brings you back to your youth. Next week is the 8th year anniversary. So, as a matter of fact, since we got the OGs on the show tonight, y'all get to let's make this a focus group, y'all. Let's just make this a P&P OG focus group. Let's make this a wrench mob focus group, y'all. What do y'all think the flavor of the week should be for next week? We're missing a few other people. Speaking of that, pray for Evan. He had a loss of his family today, so pray for my man Evan. He still wanted to be on the show, and yeah, he still wanted to be on the show, but he's kind of taking it in, and so pray for my guy. Prayers go out to you, my friend, and your family. Yeah, bro, man from fifth floor, actually, bro, man from fifth floor. Reviews of the first few episodes of PFP. Oh, I love it. I love it. You know what? Man, you know what? That's going to make me go back. Okay, we're going to do real quick headlines, but I'm going to go back and see what my first flavor of the week was, actually. I really want to do that. I'm going to look back at it. Believe that my first was April. I believe it was April the 3rd, 2012. If I'm not mistaken, April the 3rd, 2012. Man, I'm so blessed. I really am. I'm so blessed. I've interviewed a lot of people, man. I forgot a lot of Jack Doan, Ardo Kyle, PJ Black, Shane Helms, Tom Pritchard, and this is 2 years ago. Court Bauer, Greg Gagne. I'm gonna put his up. I'll put his whole interview up too on the page, on the Crave Wrestling page. Within this week, because we talked about WrestleMania predictions. So hashtag Ask Chris for questions. You graduated culinary school April 15th, 2012. Nice. A couple weeks after the show. Lonzo, we talked about Tampa being canceled. I mean, you have to, man. I think it's a good call. You need, especially Tampa, both the Hall of Fame, especially Tampa, though. Like, first of all, it doesn't make sense to have Hall of Fame with no people there. And then second of all, as far as Tampa, Triple H knows what he's doing. Like, he feeds off, like, NXT feeds off of that crowd. So I think it's a good call. So I'm going all the way back. I'm going super duper all the way back to my first. I'll keep going back pages and pages and pages. Now I'm at 5 years ago. Now I'm at 6 years ago. Now I'm at episode 37. This is awesome, man. WrestleMania 16 was the flavor of the week for episode 1. How about that? We talked about that last week, didn't we? That's really cool. Episode 1 was flavor of the week, was WrestleMania 16. Episode 2 flavor of the week was oh my gosh, I'm listening to it. It's so terrible, but it's so like awesome. It's so raw and authentic. Oh man, this is awesome. All right. Thanks, Mike. That's a great idea. I'm gonna go back and listen to a lot of them because I think only the first one has the flavor of the week topic on it. And then episode 4 has more detail. So 2 and 3, I need to figure out what the flavor of the week is. Episode 4 was deceased wrestlers that died under the age of 40. That was episode 4. So hashtag ask Chris. This has been, you know what? I love this. This is great, man. This is awesome. I love this this episode will be one that I will never forget. Honestly, this is good, guys. PNP Nation, man, y'all showed out again. Good stuff. Went back to the wrench mob. This is great. How much hair did I have in 2012? I had the same amount of hair, actually. Right now is in braids. That amount. It's probably more, actually, because I cut my hair probably about 6 inches a year. Probably 6 inches every year, 18 months. I think my hair grows so fast. But yeah, it was long. Probably the same height because it's grown again. So what I do, I mean, I've cut it like all the way to like, maybe you can see it, like here, and it grows. My hair just grows so long, and so I get it braided now. I've got two braids. It's long. It's like right now. It's like in the middle of my back. Yeah, it's been longer. I mean, it's braided now, so it's went up a little bit since it's braided, but it goes down to like the middle of my back. So, who have long hair, me or Book? If I would keep his hair like probably touches his butt. I think his hair is longer now, but I cut my hair to make sure that it like stays like back length, like middle of my back. So yeah, I make sure to keep my hair cut. All right. Yes, Lexi, we will do that. Thoughts on Brock at WWE? I think that's a really good signing. I think he'll be a good host to an empty arena, but I was really happy about WrestleMania 36. I was super pumped about this show. I was super pumped about it, man. I really was. And I'm so bummed out. One, that I'm going to miss it, live. And then, I'll look at it live, but I'll miss it live for one. And for two, I was really looking forward to this show. I really was, man. So, all right, we got a few minutes left. So let's talk about, let's do headlines, y'all. You ready? Y'all ready? You ready? All right, let's do it. PNP Nation, you know what time it is. Headlines, here we go. All right, let's talk about some Chris Benoit, Dark Side of the Ring. All right, so I know Lexi's got some questions to ask, so let's answer the questions. Do I think Shayna would beat Becky at Mania? Yes, I do. Bianca is jealous of my hair. My plus hers is fake. Yeah. You know what? But she actually does have a nice head of hair, though. Oh yeah, Wild Boy. Yeah, yeah, man. Yep. So it's been a while. So yeah, man, just continuing to improve the show, man. I've got all types of graphics now on video and all types of tickers and banners and all types of fun stuff, man. This is fun. Yep, absolutely. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Yeah. Thank you, man. Yeah. It's been a really awesome graduation and production since in the past year, man. So that's awesome. It debuted already on Viceland, the whole 2-hour portion. So I saw a little over an hour. I'll watch it after the show, and there's like a like a post thing too with like Tommy Dreamer and Chavo and stuff. So I'll watch that too. So I will watch both of them. Not a fan of Benoit. Sorry. Oh no, you good. You good. I'm not a fan of Benoit either. Based on honestly, I mean, based on what he did. I'm really interested because listen. This stuff like this is right up my alley. I'm about to be a doctor in forensic psychology in a few months. Actually, I actually got just one more chapter to go. So ideally, like probably June or so. It would be super dope if I became a doctor right before my birthday. My birthday's in July, so it'll be around that time. Oh man, that just lit me up. So yeah. But yeah, I love documentaries. Forensic psychology. This documentaries and ID from Walden, Michael. ID like Investigation Discovery, HLN, A&E, all those types of documentaries and stuff like that. I mean, that is so up my alley because I'm like I'm a psychologist. So I'm a psychology major, so I'm thinking from a forensic standpoint, the why behind the what. It's not always criminal. There's many facets of psychology, but yeah, I like the criminal end. All right, Lexi says the first part of the Benoit story was surprisingly kind, given the tragic end of the story. Do I think Jericho lost the AEW title because of fear of backlash? I knew you were going to do something like that. I knew she was going to do that. That is a really good question. No, I don't think so. I don't think there's no fear of backlash with that. I think that there's talks about the Fozzy tour and stuff like that, as far as why, but he's able to do dates. I mean, Fozzy tour is going to be a couple months, month or two. So, I mean, I guess it made sense for him to drop it because of the Fozzy tour, but yeah, as far as like backlash, I don't think so. But that was a great question, though. Not a surprise that was a great question. All right, what else I got? I got another. What are your thoughts on Darkseid so far? Brandon said you were watching Nancy Benoit stuff when she was a fallen angel back in '84. She was your favorite valet. Good stuff. I think I started watching Woman. I think it was around '89, like because I had to go back to the Purple Haze stuff. Like I went back to that probably about 10 or no, probably yeah, probably in the '90s is when I went back to that. As far as going back into early '80s wrestling, I started watching wrestling myself probably around '85, '86. I was a little kid, and so I started going back to watch stuff even back to the '60s. So my watch catalog is based on the '60s. I watched some championship wrestling from Florida from the '70s, some Continental from the '80s. And I remember I watched some Georgia Championship Wrestling. And I remember the Purple Haze based on going back probably about 15 years ago, maybe. So, but I remember Woman from '89 with Flair, and then Doom. So she managed when she managed Doom. So yeah, who else did she manage that I remember back in that time? Sullivan, of course. Yeah, I think Doom. For some reason, it seemed like I remember her beforehand, though. before Doom, because Doom was 89, 90. So, yeah, I guess maybe that's the beginning. I remember her in ECW, but that was mid 90s, early to mid 90s. So, very interesting. What else I got? Interesting. Eddie, Chris Ray, and all doing 205 Live now. Huge it would be. It would be huge, but just that production, it just 205 Live is such a second rate, third rate, throwaway show. Like, there's some really good talent in 205 Live, but I don't know. I mean, such a throwaway show. All right, Lexi, do you believe that David Benoit should carry the burden of his father's actions or be allowed to freely pursue his passion for wrestling? Do you believe WWE will ever accept him? I don't think WWE will ever accept him, sadly, because I don't think he should. I mean, that if anything, David Benoit should do his best to clear the Benoit legacy. You never can, really. I mean, you never can. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be tarnished forever. I mean, that's the bottom line. It's always going to be tarnished forever. But I think someone like David, he can have. Yeah, but here's the thing. Exactly, Wild Boy. He wants to wrestle as Chris Benoit Jr. So no, like I think right there, that is a bad move. Like, that's a bad call to do that. I would not do Chris Benoit Jr. Now, if you go to Japan and wear a mask, maybe a Pegasus Jr., maybe. Because Japan is so much about the tradition and the masks. So maybe a Pegasus Jr. I think that may work in Japan. I think it wouldn't be as just eerie. I think it wouldn't be as just a black cloud around him, like a dark cloud around him. So I think that probably is that's probably the move that he should do. I think he should be in a mask in New Japan and be Pegasus Jr. He's taller, I think. Still a junior as far as weight is concerned. As far as I know, he's still a junior. So I think him in the junior division as Pegasus Jr. I think that would work for him. I think that's the way to go with David. Don't do Chris Benoit Jr., but if you do Pegasus Jr., that would be a good way to do keep the legacy rolling for sure. All right, what's next? Oh gosh. Arn Anderson says the WWE announcers were told to bury Sting. Oh man, isn't this just terrible, man? Just absolutely terrible. Oh man. So, based on his recent show, the Arn podcast, so he said, let me try to get these quotes here as far as the Barry part. Yeah, so he pointed out that okay, so he said there were plenty of ways to get it. This is quote credit to Wrestling News on this. To bury him on the commentary, if you go back and watch it and listen to it, they just buried him. As it turned out, they prostituted each other's finishes, which I'm not a big fan of because guys don't have finishes anymore, which I totally agree with that. So he also pointed that they all everybody from the NWO had a relationship with Triple H and DX, he said. If you really think about it, everyone on both run inside a relationship with Hunter in some capacity. Sting's the only WCW guy. His biggest nemesis during the entire look of the show and was Sting versus the NWO, which I've said that plenty of times on the show. Why would they come down on his behalf? Totally agree with that, 100%. He didn't like the fact that he was in the head with a sledgehammer and shook his hand and walked out. Again, it's something else I said on the show. That was one of the stupidest moves in WrestleMania history. You shake the hand of a person who just hits you in the head with a sledgehammer. Who do that? Who? Where? Who? Especially, and this makes Sting look like a punk. You cannot make the GOAT look like a punk like that. That was absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible. So, yeah, man, it was bad. It was very, very bad. Arn also said the reality is this: it was the last nail that Vince could nail into the coffin and say, okay, it's done. We're a superior company. They said that they were going to put us out of business. They led for all those weeks, but in the end, here's the last remaining guy, and he was your biggest star, and we just crushed him before your very eyes at the biggest event of the year. It's now officially done. It's like WCW never existed. This is what would have been going through Vince's mind. Oh, man. Just tragic, okay? Just absolutely tragic. Oh, terrible. Terrible, 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 terrible. Terrible, terrible. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. All right. Next week we will do predictions, Alonzo. So come back next week. See, man, it makes me not want to leave the wrench mob again. I mean, we'll probably go back to Facebook next week because the platform is so huge. But I really enjoyed this wrench mob throwback. Well, see, here's the thing. The goal is this, and Wild Boy and Cody and all you, just first of all, just hit me up. The Wrestling Rumors and Slam Buzz. Shout out to Slam Buzz too. Both of their pages. I write for both of them, and their pages, their YouTube pages. Go subscribe to both of them. And also, if you haven't subscribed to the Crave Wrestling page, of course you got to subscribe. This? Are you kidding? So subscribe to those three pages, and we usually do Facebook on simultaneously through Slam Buzz and Wrestling Rumors. And then I shared on my personal page, and I shared on the Crave Wrestling Facebook page. So we're at 4 platforms at once. We are streaming live in 2 platforms at once. Now, with your patron, if you hit up that patron, and like my dude Cole says, cheaper than a cheeseburger. If you become a patron, the next project is working on doing a WrestleMania 2. Okay, having full on wrench mob mode again, and streaming on all 3 platforms at once. So right now we're doing 2 Facebook platforms at once. The goal is to stream all 3 platforms at once. Okay, so that's the next project for the patron account. And again, if you are a 3-monther, you get your Pancakes and Powerslams show. Lexi, you have yet to give me your address so I can send you a shirt. 3-monthers get the regular the OG logo, and then the 6-monthers get a wrench mob shirt. As a matter of fact, for the Wild Boy and for those who are jumping in, it's been a while. Let me show you the actual shirt. Let me show you the shirt real quick, and we got to roll. But let me show you the shirt from the wrench mob. So I'll be right back. All right. So here is the OG shirt. I actually the one I was showing, mine is in my room. The other one, the black one that I was showing, was Cole's. So Cole has his now. Cole has his OG shirt. So I have a black one. Black is the OG, but I also have it in gray now. I also have the logo in gray. So I have the Pancakes and Powerslams show logo in gray. So that's a nice little addition that I have in the collection. Pancakes and Powerslams show logo in gray color, which I love. And here's for the 6-monthers. The 6-monthers get the Wrench Mob shirt. So here's what's so amazing and so super duper dope about the Wrench Mob shirt. So first, you all know what the Wrench Mob is. The Wrench Mob is the family on YouTube. It originated from the admins getting the wrenches, and then you become a honorary Wrench Mob member, and you get your shirt in 6 months. So hashtag Wrench Mob. Isn't that awesome? So hashtag Wrench Mob. And here's the kicker. On one side, you have the Pancakes and Powerslams logo on one side of the sleeve. Whoa. You got the logo on one side of the sleeve right there. Right there. And then on the other side, specialized name on the other side of the shirt. Wowzers. That is your 6-month gift for being a patron. So you get the Wrench Mob shirt with your name on the side of the shirt. Your name on the side of the shirt. So, wow, boy, like I said, man, making some big moves on the Pancakes and Powerslam show. Next week, we celebrate 8 years on the show. So that is super awesome. Wrench Mob after 6 months. All right, so last topic is WrestleMania being taped. We talked about this mostly. I think it's really sad. And again, like I said, Drew McIntyre crowning moment, most likely. I hope that, and I talked about this on the Barry Horowitz interview. I'll just go ahead and air the full thing on the Crave Wrestling page. I talked about this on the interview. I hope it's a screwy finish. I really do. I hope it's a screwy finish. I hope he gets his moment. I hope they really make SummerSlam like huge. It's in a arena. It's in Boston. It's not like Royal Rumble that's in a baseball stadium and then WrestleMania football stadium. It's not going to draw 40 to 80,000 like Royal Rumble and SummerSlam does. But man, I really hope that they like do it big. I really hope that they do. So, all right, real quick, only for a few minutes left. So we're going to do this, guys. Flavor of the week. Here we go. It is now time for the flavor of the week. All right, flavor of the week is reviewing WrestleMania 15. Let's just run through the card real quick because we gotta roll out. Let's see, WrestleMania 15. A lot of people didn't like WrestleMania 15, man. Let's go back. Let's go back. What we got? Do I think that's not fair to his son? Why should WWE blame him for what his father did? He should be able to wrestle if he wants. I agree. I mean, I don't think that WWE should blame him, but at the same time, Chris Benoit is to blame. I mean, WWE is. I mean, like Dean Malenko said. I mean, he thought it was a good idea. I mean, he thought it was a good call. I thought it was a really good decision to for WWE to totally blacklist Chris Benoit, and it makes sense. I mean, it really does. I mean, it sucks, but David Benoit would have I mean, he's the son of Chris Benoit, and Chris Benoit did such a just a terrible thing, man. And WWE doesn't want to be affiliated with him. So I get it. I really do. And it's sad. It really is sad. It really is sad. But at the end of the day, again, I think the Pegasus Jr. would be his wheelhouse. I really think it should be. I use my doctoral analysis. Do I believe that Jericho and Chavo's affection toward David is a way to make amends for not being there for Chris? I think it's a way to show David that their friendship with Chris was bigger than what he did, and that they generally feel bad for what Chris Benoit did. I mean, they feel terrible for what he did, and they feel bad for it, but at the same time, they want to show David that they don't want his legacy to be tarnished. They were friendships, they were like, it's like one of those things that, like, say if, Lord forbid, say if like your brother, like, murdered somebody or, went to jail for something just crazy. He still be your brother. You know what I mean? Like, you still have that type of connection with him it makes you feel even worse because he's in jail for something that he did that you're so upset about. And he's going to spend the rest of his life in jail, the rest of his life in jail, and you'll never have that type of connection again. You won't defend what he did. You actually say that it's a good idea that he's in jail, but it'll still be one of those things that, man, that's my brother. Why? Type of thing. So that's what it seems like that is happening. All right, real quick, Cody. If fans knew it was him, do you think they would accept him? I think so. I feel like they start chanting about Chris, sort of like what they did Tenzai being Edward. No, I think that Pegasus. No, the Japan crowd is totally different. It's totally different. If it was Pegasus Jr., I don't think so. All right, WrestleMania 15, real quick. What'd y'all think? Guys? On Heat, Jacqueline defeating Ivory. D'Lo and Tess winning when Dross and Godfather eliminate each other. Battle Royal for the number one contenders. Yeah, that's right. D'Lo and Tess. Hardcore Holly defeating Al Snow and Billy Gunn for the hardcore top. That's right. Billy Gunn was hardcore champ going into 15. Jared and Owen beating D'Lo and Tess in less than 4 minutes. I gotta watch 15 again. That was a squash. I remember Butterbean and Bart Gunn. I do remember that vividly, actually. Man, that was sad. Mankind being Show. Oh yeah, the special referee, and that's when Vince turned. That's when Vince was mad at Show, and then Show turned on Vince. That was like his first babyface turn. Yeah. Road Dogg defeating Goldust, Ken Shamrock, and Val Venus for 4 corners for the IC title. Yeah, I think, Goldust, Ken Shamrock, and Val Venus. At that time, I think the mid card division wasn't that strong to me. So, Sable defeating Torrey, Kane defeating Triple H. I was happy that Kane defeated Triple H because Kane just was poorly used, so I was happy that he won. Sable defeating Torrey. I think that was obvious. Shane defeating X-Pac for the to retain the European Championship. That was actually a pretty good match. Undertaker defeating Big Boss Man and the Hell in a Cell, and Boss Man getting hung after that. That was crazy. And then Austin winning to beat The Rock. That was a solid match. Yeah, it was. It was probably about a good C minus. I think I'm gonna watch it again though. So, All right, PNP Nation, it has been fun. I got to roll, y'all. This, man, look, I think, real quick, y'all. I think this is a really good, today was a really good life lesson, in relation to the coronavirus pandemic. It's like there's things that's really going to just try to take you just everywhere and all over the place, but you just have to push through. You have to jump through the hurdles. You got to improvise. You got to make it work, and you got to move forward, man. And so my prayer is that as a nation, similar to what we did as a PNP Nation tonight, through all the hurdles, through all the clouds, through all the setbacks, through all the hiccups, we move forward. We have fun together, and we have a great time. So I think today really showed us, tonight on this show really showed us how we can move forward despite a bunch of hiccups. So my prayer is that we do that as a nation, as a world too. So prayers go out to everybody with coronavirus. Ladies and gentlemen, it was great to have the OGs back. This was a fantastic episode. Next week, I want everybody to come back. 8-year anniversary next week. All right, so I'm going to tell y'all who's scheduled, all right? 2 people, one of the most frequent PNP guests, Ken Anderson on one side, and then on the other side, D'Lo Brown. So Ken Anderson, D'Lo Brown, both live video, 8th year anniversary. It's going to be good. As a matter of fact, it's going to be perfect. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been such a great time. Until next week, enjoy your week of wrestling. God bless. And always remember, I'll do it for you. Praying for all the victims and the families. Praying for all the victims, families, and the families and friends of those who we lost due to coronavirus. May we move forward as a nation and use this opportunity to spend more time with our families, spend more time with our friends, appreciate what we have so we won't have to look for more. This world is on pause. God speaks for a reason, y'all. God bless you all. Peace.